We've been talking about, hey, watch out for New York and Cleveland for a while when Joel Embiid was on the floor. We've even gone as far as saying maybe they don't have to make those big moves. The move like they made today of getting Buddy Hield to add around
if Joel was healthy, people would feel fantastic right now, I think.
Yeah, and the Bogdanovich part, we've talked about him, and not even the Alec Burks piece, but both Bogdanovich. I'm sure that would have been nice. Sure it would have been nice. And you do see the Knicks doing that, and they've gotten significantly better with the things that they've done. It's always funny to watch the reaction, though, of the local fan base when those things happen.
So because I don't think anyone's really upset about the price they paid for Buddy.
I disagree, but that's what I'm saying.
I have not seen people upset about it at all.
I have seen people upset. Yes,
well,
I have seen people
nuts.
upset.
If you 3 seconds for Buddy, it's not too hard.
Shit,
but I think most people are upset that they didn't get anyone of more prominence, that they didn't make a bigger splash. Who on the market traded today was that? Certainly before today, in the months leading up, there were bigger names. But like of what they had to do today, I don't know any of the moves would have truly satisfied most of the people who are upset.
Well, maybe the Bogdanovich piece, because number one, they went to a rival team, and it's been discussed here, at least in the Sixers circles, where the fan base and all.
I think some people might prefer that. I don't think they'd be satisfied.
Well, and I also think too, I think the reason people are frustrated with Daryl is, Derek, like you said, he has not made the move of prominence, but that has been this entire season, right? Their offseason was one of the least satisfying off seasons I can ever remember. I think people sometimes forget about that because the first 40 games are pretty cool here, right? And they basically said, we are keeping our powder dry for next year. And it was described to me by somebody kind of close to the Sixers, like, this might be a take our medicine type of season after we deal James at that time. And look, so what do they do in the offseason? They signed Kelly Oubre eventually. They signed Pat Bev right away. They signed Bamba. It was a one-year deal for all of those guys, right? That was the only reason those guys were here. And, for a while, they were able to have their cake and eat it too, right? They could, they could still win games while also keeping that flexibility. But that is what we have seen at this deadline too. Yes, 3 seconds is some sort of price, but he has kept his powder dry to the point, like you said, Derek.
Yeah, Daryl doesn't care about seconds. He'll get those back some other way. He'll manufacture seconds.
I mean, he got one back in the Pat Bev deal.
He told you right from the jump, I'm either trading James for a star or assets I can flip for a star. So the fact that he didn't go out and get Bojan Bogdanovich shouldn't really surprise anyone. He's told you the plan right from the jump. You might disagree with it. You might have thought maybe their start in the first half of the season would change his approach, but he's been very clear right from the jump that this is how they were going to approach it.
I want to point something out real quick, because I think there is a fair bit of criticism to offer depending on something happening in the next 25 minutes or not. They have no wings on this roster. They have, I wouldn't even really count Batum as a wing. I consider he's a forward. Like, he's a strict 4, maybe small ball 5. And then they have Kelly Oubre. Beyond that, they don't have real wings on this roster. Buddy Hield is like 6'4". That is not a guy
he's a shooting guard
who's going to defend the Tatums, the Jaylen Browns, all that. DeAnthony Melton, as much as I like him, is a guard who sometimes masquerades as a wing defender, and I think is under-equipped to defend the type of wings that you see in the playoffs. So if you want to criticize Daryl for something, like, regardless of what you thought about Marcus Morris, I don't know what they're going to get out of Cove the rest of the year. He also is sort of in that Batum group of, he's a 4. Like, you're playing Cove as a 4. He's not sizing down and guarding threes and true wing-type players anymore. That would worry me in a playoff context. So not getting, like, whatever you think of, D-House was not really one, Marcus Morris not really one. They don't have any real wing depth at this point,
100%.
to the point that you are reliant on Kelly Oubre. And I know people think we pick on Kelly, but it's a real problem that he is going to be as prominent as he is. Buddy coming in offsets that a little bit, like some of the shots that previously are going to Kelly now go to Buddy, and that's a big, big upgrade for, swing passes or just like
Kelly
direct
to pay
spacing.
attention on defense.
Yes, and frankly, you need Buddy to pay attention on defense much more than he ever has. So that would be, for me, like, to get through the next month, 6 weeks, whatever it is, they probably need another big, right? Like, Drummond is still a possibility, maybe. they're probably going to need to add somebody regardless, maybe on the buyout market.
We all silly like the mayor.